What's up everyone, Darcblade here with another episode in our Uncharted 4 gun guide series where we take a look at the weapons in the game, mostly focusing on how they work in the multiplayer. In this episode we're going to be taking a look at the second default long gun in the game, the FAL. The FAL is a strong weapon in Uncharted 4, if used correctly. It definitely needs to be used in the right combat encounters to perform well. It is a default weapon, so is available to players from the start and costs 5 loadout points. It is a 3-round burst rifle, firing 3 bullets with 1 pull of the trigger. As a result, it is best used at medium to long range encounters. The FAL has decent damage and can be devastating if you can land all 3 bullets from each burst. However, this can be harder at closer ranges or very long range encounters due to the rate of fire between bursts and the recoil from the 3-round burst itself. Despite this though, the weapon does have a high rate of fire and low recoil rating. For long range encounters, you can also zoom in using the FAL by pressing R3. This helps cope with the recoil and helps you land shots easier. Finally, the weapon also comes with a decent accuracy rating. The FAL can be modified in various ways. These include a starting ammo mod, which increases the amount of starting ammunition a player has in reserves when spawning, but picking this adds 1 loadout point cost to the weapon. Next is scoped in radar. This allows the radar to remain on screen while you scope in with the weapon. This allows you to keep a better eye on your surroundings, but it will increase your loadout point cost by 1. Next is reload speed, which increases how quickly the weapon can be reloaded. This though increases the loadout point cost of the weapon by 2. Next is silencer, which means that when you're firing your gun you will no longer show up on radar when firing it. Great for players who like to employ stealth. However, taking this increases the weapon's loadout point cost by 4. Next is aim strafe speed, which increases the speed while aiming and strafing. Strafing is moving side to side. However, this mod will increase the loadout point cost by 3. Next is clip capacity, which increases the amount of ammo that can be fired from the weapon before reloading. However, this increases the loadout point cost by 3. And finally, there's recoil. This reduces the kickback of the weapon, meaning that the aiming reticle will be easier to manage. However, taking this mod will increase the weapon's loadout cost by 4. For me personally, I would go with silencer, clip capacity or recoil. This all depends on your gameplay style though. I find silencer works well when I'm employing stealth, while recoil is better for fighting long ranges. And finally, with clip capacity, I find that just a good overall buff no matter what weapon I'm using. Some people also may get benefit out of aimed strafe speed if they are more aggressive players. Of course there are hero weapons again. These pre-made weapons come with 2 modifications attached to them. However, going for one of these weapons normally can cost 10 loadout points or more. So make sure that when you're using one of these weapons that it has 2 mods that you really want on it. The pros for the FAL are that the weapon is strong when used in the right encounters. It can provide support and covering fire for your team, as the weapon seems to best suit players engaging in firefights from medium or long ranges. The weapon can be hard hitting if you're able to hit each round from the 3-round burst. As you fire your weapon, you need to be aware of the kickback and use this to your advantage. The weapon will normally kick upwards when you fire. So with that in mind, aim for the upper chest of an opponent. This should mean that the kick and the final round should land square in an opponent's head. Landing every shot with a round or 2 hitting the head can normally lead to downing an opponent in just 2 bursts. You also get a bonus with this weapon thanks to the scope. Using it makes long range encounters a lot easier. Just remember, don't stay scoped in too long as you may be flanked by foes unless you take the scoped in radar mod. However, the weapon does have cons. It performs poorly at close ranges, normally losing out to fully automatic weapons. This is because you cannot spray bullets from the FAL. On top of that, it has poor blind fire accuracy and is hard to aim and keep tabs on fast moving targets who are up close to you. While not impossible to fight in close ranges, it can still put you at a big disadvantage. The FAL resembles the fusil automatique les yeux. Now I'm sorry if my pronunciation was a little bit off there, but translated from French it means fully automatic rifle. This weapon has been in service for a very long time and is still used today. It comes also in a variety of forms, not just the burst rifle form you find in Uncharted 4. So let's recap on the benefits of using the FAL. Firstly, it's a high damage weapon. Next, it functions well at mid to long ranges and can be scoped in for more accuracy. But on the flip side, on the cons, you need to be accurate with the weapon to perform best, and it is pretty poor at close range encounters. Overall, I was disappointed at first when using the FAL. It seemed to result in poor performance in matches. However, when I started to adapt my gameplay style to what the weapon is good at, matches started to turn in my favour. Of course, this means that you need to approach encounters from a distance, and you cannot get in opponents' faces unless you switch to a pistol that can perform well at these close ranges. This is actually advisable. While it may not be the best weapon out there, the burst fire will allow for more accuracy and make you a threat from afar to opponents. And that's why the FAL gets a 6 out of 10. If you prefer fighting from longer distances or dislike the AK-47, then the FAL is a good choice for a starting weapon. Anyway, I've been Darcblade, bringing you my Uncharted 4 gun guide to the FAL. Hope you enjoyed the video, thanks for watching, subscribe and like for more.